When you reach France, these are the 8 things that you should do to make sure that you don't have any hurdles during your settling period. So first of all, you need to open a French bank account. You can either open a new bank account such as N26 or Boursorama, or a physical bank account like CIC, LCL, BNB Paribas. So you should do your own research into these 2 types of bank accounts before choosing one, because there are several differences between them. Usually neobanks are free of cost. I have an account at Boursorama and I don't pay any monthly fees. But I previously had an account at CIC and I was paying around 8 euros per month. But the customer support at physical banks is much better than the customer support at neobanks. So you should also consider this point before choosing your account. The next point that you should consider is how much your bank charges to send and receive money overseas. So when I had an account with CIC Bank, they used to charge me around 20 euros. And now with Boursorama, they charge me around 40. So you can see there's a huge difference. And if you're going to be receiving or sending money on a frequent basis, you should opt for a bank that charges less. And I will also advise you to really read your contract well, because it's really difficult to change your bank address. So as I said before, that I had an account with CIC and it took me more than 6 months just to change my bank address when I moved from one place to another. So it was a huge hassle. I probably sent them over 20 or 30 emails and they were still not fast tracking my request. So in the end, I moved to Boursorama Bank and I later realized that the customer support here was even worse than CIC. But a good point with Boursorama was that they are the ones who changed my bank address from CIC to Boursorama. So I did not have to get into the middle of all of this, which saved me a lot of time. Also, make sure to check if there are any referrals available. So most of the banks like Boursorama, they have a referral scheme, such as if I already have an account with Boursorama and if I send you my referral code and you open a bank account with Boursorama, both of us would get 80 euros each. So make sure to connect with your friends and other people you know in Paris to make sure that you can benefit from this scheme. The second thing that you need to do is to get yourself an Imagine R, which is a Navigo pass. And if you're a student under 26, it costs around 38 euros per month with unlimited travel in Paris. To get this Imagine R, you would need a certificate of scolarité, which is the registration certificate that your school would give you once you start your school. So as soon as your school gives you this, you can then apply for your Navigo. To get this Navigo, you can apply for it online. I'll put the link in the description box below. And after you're done applying, you can go to your nearest metro station and talk to one of the representatives and they would then give you your Navigo pass. So it's really easy. The third point is OFII. Now when you come to France, you come on a Schengen visa. Now to convert this Schengen visa into a residence permit, you have to do it through OFII. This is something that you have to do within 3 months of your arrival. OFII is the French Office of Immigration and Integration. Once you do your OFII and get your residence permit, you can then freely travel in all the countries that have Schengen visa. You are also allowed to work 20 hours per week as a student. You will then have your own social security number. You'll also be allowed to apply for CAF, which is a French housing aid provided by the government. And you'll be able to renew your residence permit after it expires after a year. You would need to go with your passport, your identity photo, proof of your rent receipts, tax stamps. Now this would depend on what kind of visa you are actually on, and depending on the case, maybe a proof of a health checkup. The fourth thing that you need to do is to get a French SIM card. The most popular SIM card companies here are Orange, SFR, Free, La Poste, and Bouygues. I used the service provider Free for a year. I found that to be the cheapest out of all other alternatives. I was paying around 2 euros per month, which is really cheap. And it was really easy to order. I just ordered it online and then went into one of the booths of Free. They're really located everywhere, and that is where you can get your SIM card. But you need to be careful of scams. After Free, I switched to Bouygues. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. And with Bouygues, I was paying around 8 euros per month at the beginning. After a few months, they automatically increased my monthly fee to 15 euros per month. And they had only sent me one email saying that they're adding additional gigabytes on my plan without me ever asking them to do this, and that is why they charged me extra. And since they send me so many promotional emails every month, I would never really open their emails to check. So I didn't see this, and I just saw in my monthly bank statements directly. I called them up and sent them emails to plead my case, but they turned a deaf ear. And in the end, I just cancelled my subscription, and now I'm with La Poste. I would say La Poste is also cheap comparatively. I pay around 9 euros per month, but the service is really bad. I almost have no service at home. Even at the gym that I go to, I don't have service there. So I think that you really have to choose and see which one works best for you. I've tried 3 service providers and I'm still looking for the best one. The 5th thing that you should do is to get health insurance. In France, there are 2 types of health insurance. One is public, which is the social security, and the other one is private, which is called Mutuelle. For the social security, it takes up to 6 months to get your permanent social security number, and this is done by registering at this website called Ameli, which I will link in the description box below. Once you do this, you will get your carte vitale, and this is something that you should always have with you. Anytime you go to a doctor or the pharmacy, you show them this and your rates would be subsidized for anything that you purchase. The social security in France does not cover you 100%, it's more likely 70%. So what a lot of people do is they top this up with a private health insurance, which is called Mutuelle. A mutual is a complementary insurance that covers all or part of the difference between what you have to pay and the social security refund. I pay around 40 euros per month for my mutual, and this has helped me a lot when I've done my blood tests or even visits at the doctor. When social security would not cover me 100%, I would then benefit from mutual. The 6th thing that you need to do is to pay your 100 euros towards CVEC, which translates to Contribution Vie Étudiante et de Campus, which means Student and Campus Life Contribution. Now this fee is due every academic year by all students enrolled in higher education studies, and this contribution is mandatory since it aims to strengthen the social, health, cultural and sports support of students. The next thing that you need to do is to apply for CAF. CAF is a French social security system that provides financial support by paying a part of your rent. So you should apply for CAF as soon as possible or as soon as you have your accommodation sorted. To apply for CAF, firstly you would need a French bank account, and that is why I said previously in the video that opening a French bank account is really the first thing that you need to do. Secondly, you would need your rental contract, your income statements from the past 2 years, as well as your tax returns. Applying for CAF can be really tricky, it can take so much time, but at the end, I would say it's really worth it, because once you have your whole profile on CAF, it gets so much easier. You would get money from CAF every single month until you change your status from student to working. When I was living in a studio and paying around 600 euros of rent, I was getting around 100 euros from CAF. The last but not the least point is learning the language. You've probably heard that if you want to come to France, you need to learn French. When I came to France, I did not speak French at all. And I thought that since I was in an international school, I would not really need French. But after several months, I realized the importance of knowing French. I faced a lot of bitter experiences just because I did not speak French. So this did not happen, of course, in my school because everyone spoke English, but this was outside of the school, in my day-to-day life. So learning French is extremely crucial if you're going to come to France, especially for your day-to-day activities. Just knowing and speaking French would make your life so much easier. I would advise anyone coming to France to study till at least B1 level for your day-to-day life, and any level above B1 if you want to work in France. All the links will be mentioned in the description box below, as always. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram. Let me know in the comments down below what other question you have about France, and I would be happy to make a video about it. Bye!